If you want to grow lots of blueberries, then take these 7 steps, and in a few years, you'll not only have plenty of blueberries to eat fresh, but also lots of extras if you want to freeze, preserve, give away, or even sell. Step 1, select a sunny site. Even though blueberries will live in the shade, they're not going to produce the fruit that you want in the shade. So definitely choose a place that gets full sun and you're going to have lots of blueberries. Another suggestion is to choose a site where you have easy access to water. Depending on your soil type, you may or may not have to water a lot once the blueberries are actually established. I rarely have to water mine anymore, but that first year it's very important they stay irrigated. So for your ease of convenience, select a site where you can water them easily. Step 2 is to do a soil test. This is the most important thing that you can do for your blueberry bushes. Blueberries are unique in that they have to have acidic soil, so doing a soil test is an absolute must. You want your pH to be between 4 and 5 ideally. Up to 5.5 might work if you have to, but 4 to 5 is where your blueberries are going to thrive. I highly recommend getting a professional soil test done. These are blueberries that are going to last you for years and maybe even decades, so you definitely want to get started out right. If your soil test shows that you have a pH above 5.5, then you want to take steps to amend your soil with something that will lower that pH. I recommend elemental sulfur in the form of pelletized sulfur. That's usually the easiest way to lower your pH. Step 3, clear the land. If you're not already working in an established garden bed, you're going to need to clear your land. We rented a tiller the first year that we did it, and in the process of tilling the soil, getting ready for our blueberry bushes, we added different elements to help acidify the soil even more. Organic matter is huge for blueberries, but they really don't need a whole lot of fertilizer, especially the first year. So don't worry about any fertilizer, organic or otherwise, the first year. Just be sure to add plenty of organic matter in the form of compost or different amendments like that when you're preparing your soil. Step number 4 is to choose your blueberry bushes from a reputable nursery. I chose a local nursery because your local hometown nurseries are going to know the type of blueberry bushes that thrive in your region. I'm from the southeastern United States, and so I grow rabbit eye blueberries, which thrive in our hot and humid climates. So make sure that you choose a source that you can trust. If you order online, make sure that you're getting the right variety for your region. That makes all the difference. And if you're in the southeast like me, I recommend Tiff Blue. It's the most beautiful, productive, and tasty blueberry. Well, except for this pink lemonade bush. These have to be the tastiest blueberries I have ever eaten. You're ready to plant. Make sure when you plant your blueberry bushes that you plant them at container depth. And even more importantly, look up the spacing requirements for your particular bush. I planted mine probably about 4 to 5 feet apart, and honestly, now that they're full grown, I wish that I had more space between them. I know they look small when you're beginning to plant them, but when they're full grown and many varieties are taller and wider than you are, you definitely want the space to be able to walk around them and harvest them easily. Step number 6, mulch well. Blueberries have a very shallow root system, so you want to be able to protect it from weeds that will compete with the roots. But even more importantly, when it comes to weeding, which you're not going to want to do with your blueberry bushes all season, using any kind of hoe can disrupt those root systems. So you want to be able to mulch it very well so that they don't have to compete with the weeds and you don't have to do a whole lot of weeding. And step number 7, protect your blueberry bushes from wildlife. Rabbits, deer, and birds love blueberry bushes and their berries. So make sure that you are ready to protect not only your bushes, but also your berries from these critters that want the blueberries as much as you do. Personally, I haven't had much of a problem with having to share my blueberries, and I think one big reason is because I planted my bushes right next to my dog's run. Since my dog is so close to my bushes, deer and rabbits don't even bother it. But I'm not saying that that's a fail-safe or that it's perfect for you. But so far in my 7 years, it's worked out really well. Here, Lucy, come
Good girl.
If you notice that birds like to get your blueberries before you do, you can always hang blueberry netting over your bushes. But I have to be honest, despite a plethora of birds, you can hear them in the background, and a birdhouse not 10 feet away from my bushes, I never have a problem with birds. I think part of it is because I have so many berries that it's not that big a deal to share. You may wonder if you can grow great blueberries because maybe this is your first season. But I started my blueberry bushes my very first year gardening. I had no idea what I was doing. I read a little bit here and there and it worked out really well. Thankfully, I got some of the basics right, and now I'm harvesting more blueberries than I can eat, give away, and sell. Follow these steps and you'll be well on your way to harvesting fresh blueberries every year for years to come. I'm Jill McSheehy of JourneyWithJill.net and the host of the Beginner's Garden podcast. For more information on how you can grow your best blueberries, see the link below and be sure to subscribe for more episodes.